Hey everyone, this is how automations work in Arive. And my favorite use cases for these, one, custom communication during the same status, and we'll get into that, but basically sending maybe to the borrowers, I'll say one thing, and to a title agent or to real estate agents, I'll say something else on a purchase. Another huge one is saving myself from a costly mistake. It's so hard. I'm really blessed and lucky that our broker owner is my dad, who's been in the business for over 35 years, and he has a lot of experience. He'll say, hey, remember about this or this or this. He can't remember everything. I can't remember everything. And so if we just put it in our automation rules, we don't have to. And it kind of is like bowling with the lanes up to make sure you're getting a strike, or at least hitting the pins and winning loans and not losing files. And then another use case that I've started to use it for is internal communication to the loan team. Again, I guess this kind of goes with the first one. But with the tasks, that's going to be, it's not just going to be internal communication, but tasks and things for them to do and a reminder. So real quick, I'm going to show you what it would look like if you are getting into Arive. In the top right corner, you want to hit company settings, and you want to make sure you're a company admin. And something I've learned is you want to be a paying member or paying for your own seat to have access to the automation rules here on the far right. And again, these are in company settings. And then from here, it'll probably look something like this. Arive has a lot of free automation rules that are kind of built in. And you've got this blue active bar, and you can turn off the automation rule if you don't like it. The ones that Arive has or suggests are fantastic, and I haven't really had issues with them. But anyways, the very top menu, if you want to add your own automation rules, that's how you do it. That top, this right here. And so once you click on that, you'll first see this trigger, and there's a couple different triggers that you'll be able to use. I'm a big fan of loan statuses and what you want to have happen, especially for the communication, because we already do that anyways, but now we can get more complex with our communication. We can decide which status we want to do, and then we can decide, what emails are going out to certain people during the same status update. And so it used to be, I know this is like it's hard to see all this, but there's kind of two processes in Arive, right? Like one is collecting the loan application information, all that. And then the other part is the actual loans in process. And this is what the borrower experiences. They'll get emails when the app started, when it's finished, when they're pre-approved or pre-qualified. And then if you have it set up, most likely they're going to get emails, loan disclosed, submitted to underwrite, improved conditions, all the way through to either funded or whatever. There's a lot of emails you can send out, and you can control. This is the beautiful thing about Arive. One, customize your emails, but you can control the borrower's experience and the updates that they're getting. And it used to be that you needed a CRM to send zaps to your CRM and then start sending emails to other parties throughout the process. So on this far left here, we got like, what is the co-borrower? What do they experience when an app started or loan disclosed or whatever? What does the buyer's agent experience? What is the buyer's selling agent? And then further on down here, I have like the homeowner's insurance agent if you want to communicate to them, or the title agent, whatever. You used to have to do zaps, and now you can natively put all these things in Arive through the automation rules. And so here's an example of one. Like when a loan is disclosed, you want to send an email to, for sure, like the borrowers and the buying agent, letting them know that they should be receiving initial disclosures. It's called a loan estimate for most, like 99% of the time, and that they probably need to sign or give some authorization to move forward with the file. And then something I like to do is to the selling agent, if there's a purchase and if the loan to value is, if they're not putting 20% down, and if an appraisal is required, I like to reach out to the selling agent and say, hey, who should we be reaching out to if an appraisal is required to get access? So who should the appraiser contact to get access to the home? So that's just like an example. But again, we're controlling more people's experiences throughout the process and communicating more efficiently. And I wanted to share an example real quick. This one, again, is like an example of communicating. This is something that, especially recently, FHA loans have been really popular in the U.S. And so I thought I'd share this because I've been bitten by this one. I haven't. I almost did. I almost lost a file to this. Thank goodness I didn't. But here's an example. For me, I'm a big fan of warning myself multiple times as files move. Because sometimes if you're getting someone set up, let's say you're setting them up as a conventional file and they're divorced or they're separated, and then you move to like pre-approved, or the status changes and there's still kind of some dust in the air, and someone that was looking at maybe getting a conventional loan is saying, hey, maybe I want to do an FHA loan. Something that you have to consider is, especially in a community property state, is are you including the non-borrowing spouse debts and the liabilities? So I've created this rule. Feel free to copy this. I want to help as many people out as possible. But basically, this is an example of a rule I've created where I'm not going to have this issue again unless I do like a change of circumstance later on through the file. So maybe I'll add more statuses. I'm not saying I have the perfect way to do this, but I hope this helps. It at least gives a warning, gives you a thought process of, oh yeah, don't forget, if we're in a government type loan, we need to consider non-borrowing spouse in a community property state. So anyways, I hope that helps. And if you have any questions, I have a whole lot of automations I've created and a course dedicated to sharing them with you. But I hope this kind of general overview helps you out.